This week we are going to be doing the rear brakes on the vehicle. There's some leakage. I got to get some lines replaced across the top of the axle. We have to run a line all the way to the front and the back. I'm prepared to do that. So I bought shoes, I bought cylinders, I bought full hardware kits. We're just going to replace it all, and hopefully everything will be good. The drums I did not get. I didn't think I needed to. That's where we're at. We're going to get to it. Stay tuned and see what happens. Well, we got into the brakes. This is what we're looking at here. See how dirty that thing is? This line came off in one piece as the passenger side, but the driver's side I was not so lucky with. I had to break it on this side, stuck in the wheel cylinder. Good thing I got new wheel cylinders. Look how grody that is. It was leaking for quite some time. This whole is just covered in oil. See that? Even on the back, I think you can see. So I'm just going to keep working here to clean first, and then we'll get into taking stuff apart and getting stuff back together and putting new lines in it. I might have to cut the lines and flare them, which is fine. I got a good tool for that. So I'm just going to keep doing what we're doing. I should have really showed you taking out the brake lines. That was a chore. Looks to me like they've messed with the rear splitter box on the or splitter, sorry, that comes up from the line from the front to the rear axle, then goes to each side. It looks like they've replaced that at one point, but one of the sides was completely stripped, it seems like, and then it was the passenger side. It's the same thing with the wheel cylinder up next to the or the fitting up next to the wheel cylinder. It was completely stripped. I actually got it out. I don't know how I did, but the driver's side was stripped too, and I couldn't get it out of there. So I don't know what they all did, but it seems like there must have been work done here too. So just hopefully we can repair and save. Well, I've got everything out of that splitter block, so I think we're okay there. I used some PB Blaster, but I'm just going to keep working at this and cleaning up, and we'll show you along the way. Got this all cleaned out. I'm not going to show putting these together. This took me 30 minutes probably to get this piece on here, right, for the automatic adjuster, and then on top of that, getting this little thing on sucks. So I'm just going to keep updating. We're doing pretty good. Got it cleaned up mostly, and new cylinder in. We'll just keep moving along. Well, there it is, all put back together. Got everything in place. Got it kind of adjusted, because it does have an automatic adjuster on here. We'll adjust slowly. Just have to do it. This is just on there so that it barely touches the pads. And we'll kind of just use the automatic adjuster to get it to adjust. It doesn't take that long. Well, we may also adjust it through the back a little bit, but right now that's going to be okay. We'll worry about it later. I'm going to do the next side. My phone's running out of battery again, so we're probably not going to video that. Whenever I get to doing the lines, I will show you what I'm doing. Day 2. We are working on the other side, but I actually started to bend some lines just to see how it would go. This was one of those pre-made lines that I had bought. Ended up having to chop the end off of it because fitting that was on it didn't work. It wasn't right. I'm gonna have to do that to the other end too, which is good thing that I bought these extra long. Probably paid too much for them in comparison to I could have probably bought a whole 25-foot roll of this brake line for what I paid. Anyway, I went and got new fittings because I couldn't really put the other side together because the only thing that we had that was the right size was the cylinder from this side of the car that I bought. Now, after looking inside here, it's got all the pieces and parts to it. It's not working very well. Obviously, it needs to be worked on. I don't know if that cylinder's bad too. It's not leaking, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of pressure here. But since there's no pressure, that one side was leaking. It's probably not working very well anyway. So I'm just gonna put all new parts in here anyway. I already have them. It didn't cost me a lot of money, so I'm just gonna do it. Um, but I got these new things. I'm gonna start here today by putting this end on. I gotta go get my little machine, and then we will get started on that. What did we do yesterday? This is what we did yesterday. It all started blacking this all out. So I like this. We got the chrome handles. We're gonna lay some tape across some of this. But we're just gonna paint black. I think um, more like up here in the front, like that right there. See that? That's black here. Anyway, and then we're gonna pretty much get rid of. Right now, we're gonna get rid of this gray. We were thinking about doing green on it, but we're not gonna do that. So, but see, this side is not done, and I kind of prefer it all blacked out without all that chrome. So, anyway, I wonder how this turned out. Did we get this? So, I don't know. I was hoping that this was gonna look a little bit like it was just kind of old. We didn't mean to like totally paint this black. I might go again in there and try and wipe with some brake clean, see if I can't get some of that paint off. Anyway, I'm gonna get to this line, get this end back on this line, and then we can see if it fits, and then that other side will be done if I can get that in there. So, all right, let's go. All right, I don't remember whether I showed this earlier or not. I'm just gonna do it again. I got this little device here. Um, First one I saw was from Eastwood. Works great. Um, But I got this one from Jegs. It was quite a bit cheaper than the Eastwood one. I'm sure there's other brands out there now. This, I'll just show. This is a jig, and it's got two different flanges. You can do a bubble style flange, or this is a flat flange. I don't really know what the difference or the names are. This is a 45. This is a 45. That's a 4.75 millimeter. Anyway, we're using this one because of the way our ends are. You can see, hopefully in there, that see how it dips inside? So the flange has got to sink in back too, not just into the piece it's going into. So we put this jig in here, bottom in, put the tubing in. This is 3/16 tubing. Put this on top. I always like to do that. Then you can kind of make sure that that is up against. That's what this little selection is for. It's flat, flat. And then you take your selection for, where is it? C, 3/16 right here. You can see the tubing right inside there. All right. Now we make sure that this is good and down and this tubing is flat. That's what this did. It got it flat with the outside of the jig. Put it on operation 1. Then we can make sure it's tight. Then you just pull on it. And so now it's in there. It's kind of bubbled around because it's just taken and kind of smooshed it back. And it's sunk this in so that this is actually, it kind of has a bubble right now. So now we take operation 2 and just ram that in there. And when it comes out, then it looks like that. And then see, this piece will fit right up against the bottom of there. It slides in there. That's kind of made to go in there like that. This side looks a bit better. Best thing you can do is take a picture. I took a couple, make sure I get it back together right. So the adjuster here, right, hooks up to this thing here. So it spins this whenever you hit and release the brakes. This one looks better. This cylinder is leaking as well. So it's a good thing to just get in here and get this all taken care of. Anyway, I'm going to get to it. Just got back from our test drive. Brakes seem to be working. I actually got one a little too tight. I'm going to actually take the wheel back off and loosen it up a little bit, but that's it for today. While I was underneath there, I did notice that the pinion seal is leaking, so gotta get that done before we go too. Otherwise, that pinion bearing will just eat itself. So, fun. I'm going to do that with ramps though, because then that way the weight of the car stays on it, and then the pinion will be a little down a little bit further and easier to work on, hopefully. Anyway, we will see you next time, and thanks for joining me, and have a good day.